Welcome back to Wisdom Unveiled, listeners. Today we're diving into the heart of Persian poetry, the world of Hafez Shirazi.
It's a rich world to explore.
Absolutely. And we're going deep in some pretty amazing verses, guided by those illuminating conversations between Dr. Dinani and Dr. Larijani from the Marfat audio files.
I think folks will find it quite thought-provoking.
Absolutely. We're focusing specifically on the opening lines of one of Hafez's ghazals, which is, let's just say, not your average love poem. This one's got some real cosmic vibes.
Oh yeah, you could say that again.
The language right off the bat, terms like Azal, eternity, Hosn, meaning beauty, and tajalli, which speaks to a kind of manifestation. All of these words, they point to something way bigger than our everyday reality.
Like we're about to step through a doorway into the fundamental nature of existence.
Exactly. And then those opening lines in Persian, they go like this. Hafez su'al uye if'anet segora kushikirel. Now, those words hit with some serious power, wouldn't you say?
They really do.
Yeah.
Every single word carefully chosen, packed with layers of meaning.
It's stunning. And the translation, so listeners can follow along, is, in eternity, the light of your beauty manifested, love appeared and set fire to the whole world. So right away, big questions start popping up. We're not talking about your typical love story here. What does it even mean for love to be born in eternity, right?
Yeah.
And to set the whole cosmos on fire, it feels like we're talking about something, well, primal, something that underpins, like, everything.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's a love that precedes and fuels all that exists.
Amazing. So let's unpack this, starting with the concept of Azal, eternity. Now, when most people hear eternity, what usually comes to mind? A really, really long time, right?
Like forever and ever, stretching back as far as we can possibly imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Like rewinding a cosmic movie all the way to the beginning.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
But philosophically, the term Azal goes way beyond that simple notion of a very distant past.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not about a quantifiable amount of time, however huge. Instead, it points to something completely beyond our normal understanding of timelessness.
Timelessness. Okay, help me wrap my head around that.
Think of it this way. With Azal, there's no past, present, or future. It's completely outside that whole framework. No beginnings, no endings. It's indivisible. You can't measure it or break it down into segments.
So it's not just ancient time, it's beyond time altogether.
You got it. And that's a crucial point because what Hafez is suggesting is that this love didn't just start a long time ago. It's rooted in a reality that's beyond time.
Wow.
It's anchored in the eternal, the timeless, the divine realm. It's important to understand how philosophers distinguish Azal from other time-related concepts. You have Dar, for example.
Oh, Dar. Okay.
Right? Dar is about duration, like the time we experience in the world, the ticking clock, the changing seasons. And then there's Sarmad, which refers to everlastingness, a sort of infinite future stretching endlessly onward.
Okay, so we've got duration, everlastingness, and then Azal sits outside of all that.
Precisely. Azal is on a whole other level, completely independent of those temporal categories. It's like a different dimension of time altogether. And in this understanding, only God is truly Azali, truly eternal in this absolute beginningless sense.
And time itself, it's something that comes from, that arises within that divine reality.
Exactly. It's a creation within that timeless realm.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So when Hafez places the origin of love in Azal, he's doing way more than just saying love is old. He's putting it right in the heart of the divine, in a dimension beyond time itself.
Absolutely. He's grounding love in the very essence of the divine, something timeless and uncreated.
This is deep stuff. All right, so we've got Azal, this profound concept of eternity. Then Hafez brings in Hus, beauty.
And again, he's not talking about just any kind of beauty.
Right, we see beauty all around us, in nature, in art, in people even.
Sure, we experience beauty in countless forms in the material world, but that's not what Hafez is referring to.
So what's the difference?
Think of it this way. The beauty we see around us, it's limited, it's relative. One person might find something beautiful, another person might not. What we perceive as beauty in the world is always changing, always subject to our individual preferences and perceptions.
That's true.
But Husn, the beauty Hafez is talking about, it's absolute. It's a fundamental quality of God, pure and perfect, not dependent on anything outside itself.
So the beauty we see around us is that, like, a reflection of this absolute Husn, like a pale imitation, a glimpse of something infinitely more radiant.
That's a great way to put it. It's like seeing the reflection of the sun in a drop of water. The drop of water is beautiful, but it's only reflecting a tiny fraction of the sun's light.
That's a really powerful image. So we only experience these, like, little glimmers of true beauty, these echoes of the divine Husn.
Precisely. We don't directly experience beauty in its ultimate essence, in its pure form. Remember what Hafez calls it. Partow Husn.
Oh, right. Partow Husn, the light of beauty.
Yes. Partow Husn is like the radiance, the emanation of this divine beauty, the way it expresses itself and shines out into the world.
Okay, so just to make sure I'm following you, Husn is the source, the pure, absolute beauty of the divine, and what we experience is partow, these glimpses, these rays of that ultimate beauty.
Exactly. You got it. Now let's move on to the next part of this verse. Tajalli dam zad, manifested, or literally breathed forth in manifestation.
Okay, tajalli dam zad, breathed forth. That's an interesting way to describe it.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests a kind of spontaneous emergence, a gentle unfolding. And this manifestation that Hafez is talking about, it wasn't a physical movement like an object changing location. It was something totally unprecedented, something entirely new coming into being. Think of it as a tahavel.
Tahavel.
Right. It means a transformation, or maybe more accurately, an unveiling, like something hidden being revealed for the first time.
Like a curtain being drawn back, revealing something that was always there but hidden from view.
Exactly. And what was being unveiled, what manifested in that first moment, it was partow Husn, the light of divine beauty itself. It was the absolute beauty of God radiating outward, becoming apparent in a whole new way.
A kind of primordial unveiling, a first revealing of the divine.
Yes, a breathtaking moment of cosmic significance. And from this first manifestation, from this unveiling of divine beauty, what happened? Eshgh love appeared.
So much happening in just a few words. Eshgh love emerging directly from the manifestation of Husn, of that divine beauty. That's a pretty profound sequence.
Profound, and it's a beautiful echo of one of the most powerful sayings in Islamic tradition, the Hadith Qudsi. You familiar with it?
Refresh my memory.
Of course. The Hadith Qudsi says, Kuntu kanzan makfiya fa ababtu an uraf, which translates to, I was a hidden treasure and I love to be known.
I was a hidden treasure and I love to be known. Okay, yeah, I remember that one. Powerful stuff.
It really is. And it's so important here because it reveals the very motivation behind creation itself. The hidden treasure, God, desire to be known. And that desire, that love, it's the very foundation of the Eshgh that Hafez speaks of.
The hidden treasure wanting to be known, it's such a beautiful, evocative image. So how exactly does Eshgh fit into that divine desire?
Well, think of it like this. The love in the Hadith Qudsi, the love originating from God's desire to be known, is what set the whole process of creation in motion. Without that initial love, without that yearning to be known, nothing would have ever come into existence.
That's incredible. So it all started with love.
Yes. And Hafez, in his poetic language, uses the word ishkur to capture the essence of that primordial divine love. That ababtu that I loved in the Hadith Qudsi, it's the very genesis of love in existence.
And this Eshgh, this divine love, it ripples out from that first moment and flows through everything.
Exactly. Every single thing that exists, every relationship, every connection, every spark of attraction, it all stems from that original divine love. From the grand movements of galaxies to the tiniest particles, the love that brought them into being is present.
Wow. So every time we feel that pull towards something, that connection with another person, that sense of affection, it's all an echo of that original divine love.
Precisely. It's all rooted in that first ababtu, that primordial longing of the divine to be known. Think about the gravitational pull between planets, the bonds holding atoms together, the magnetic force, the instincts that drive animals, the love between a parent and a child. All these varied forms of attraction, they all reflect that initial divine love.
So Hafez, in his opening lines, he's really riffing on that divine saying, that Hadith Qudsi.
Yes, and he's saying that this act of manifestation of divine beauty revealing itself, that's what ignited the flame of love that now burns throughout the universe.
It's like he's saying the big bang of love happened at the dawn of eternity with that first tajalli.
You could say that. In eternity, the light of your beauty breathed forth in manifestation. That was the first moment, the initial unveiling, the becoming apparent, and the consequence. Ish Paidashod was Atash bi Hame Alamzad, love appeared and set fire to the whole world.
And what's the nature of this fire that love ignited? Sounds pretty intense.
It is intense. It's a transformative fire. Think of it as the fire that purifies, the fire that burns away the other, the air, anything that we perceive as separate from the beloved, anything that obscures our vision of the divine.
Okay, so it's not like a destructive fire, it's more like a refining fire.
Exactly. It's the fire that unifies, that brings everything back into harmony with God. Consider a true lover, an ashik, or a true monotheist, a wahid. They see nothing but the beloved, nothing but God in all of existence.
Because that fire has burned away everything else.
You could say that. Of course, the world of appearances, the mazi, it still exists. But for the arif, the mystic, the one who sees with the eyes of love, they perceive the manifestation of God within those appearances. It's not about denying the reality of creation, but about understanding its profound connection to the divine.
So it's about moving beyond seeing a world that's separate from God to recognizing God's presence within everything.
Exactly. That's the transformative power of the fire of love, burning away the illusion of separation, the illusion of duality.
This is powerful imagery.
Isn't it? And it sets the stage for the next line of the ghazal, which introduces a really interesting and maybe even a little paradoxical element into this story. The line goes like this. Okay, in the yoyid, keket now yisarufes. In Yiza Odyu Iyas Baise will literally contestate what grasso see for Kaleidicase. His angel beheld it, he possessed no love. From this jealousy, he struck at Adam.
Whoa, okay, so first off, angels. Now, they're known for their, pure devotion to God, right?
Absolutely. Angels are beings of pure intellect, equal in knowledge, marifat, and they're constantly in contemplation and glorification of God. Some traditions even describe angels as being perpetually engaged in acts of worship, their connection to the divine totally unwavering. So in one sense, they definitely have love for God.
But then this line says the angel possessed no love. That seems like a contradiction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I think Hafez is making a subtle but really important distinction here.
Okay, I'm all ears.
He's not saying that angels have no connection to God, no feeling of love or devotion whatsoever. What he's pointing out is that they haven't experienced love in the same way humans have.
How so?
Well, remember, angels exist in a completely different realm. They dwell in the realm of pure light and intellect, the Malakat, a realm untouched by the struggles and complexities of the physical world, the Alamei Tabiat.
Ah, okay, so they haven't gone through all the stuff that we humans go through, all the challenges and messiness of living in this world.
Right. They haven't faced the same kinds of temptations, the same kinds of conflicts, the same duality that we experience as embodied beings. Their love is a pure, direct connection, unmediated by the limitations of physical existence.
So their love is pure, but it might lack a certain depth that comes from navigating the challenges of being human.
That's the idea. It's humanity, having traversed the hell of the natural world with all its trials and temptations, that's capable of a unique kind of love for God. A love born from choosing the divine amidst all the distractions and allurements of the material world.
It's a love that's been tested, refined by fire.
Exactly. It's a love that's emerged from the crucible of experience, from the very heart of our human struggle. And that's why Hafez says the angel possessed no love in this particular sense, because they haven't had that same kind of journey, that same kind of testing.
And the jealousy mentioned in the line, is that like God feeling jealous of humans?
No, not at all. Remember, we're talking about divine qualities here, so it's not jealousy in the human sense. It's more about divine wisdom and intention. God's jealousy here refers to the unique potential that he bestowed upon humanity, a potential that even the angels, in their pure and unburdened state, don't possess. That potential is the ability to love in this profound, hard-won way, a love born from our experience of the world and our conscious choice to return to the divine.
So it's not a negative emotion, it's more about highlighting the special capacity for love that humans have.
Exactly. And that capacity is what makes humanity so special in the grand scheme of things. It's why we were granted the station of Khalifatullah, the vice-equivalent of God on earth. This potential for love forged in the midst of the world, it's a precious gift.
And that striking at Adam, it's not a punishment, it's more like the bestowing of this gift, this amazing potential.
Precisely. It's about the unique journey of the human soul, the depth of love that can blossom from it.
It's amazing to think that just these few lines from Hafez contain so much wisdom and insight. Each word, Azal, Hosn, tajalli, Eshgh, they open up these incredible vistas of meaning.
It's true. Hafez had a way of packing so much into every single word.
He really did. And ultimately, what he's inviting us to contemplate is a love that transcends the limitations of time and space. A love that's not just a fleeting emotion, but the very essence of existence, the force that drives all connection, all yearning, all that is.
That's beautifully put. It's about recognizing the profound unity that underlies everything, the interconnectedness of all beings.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How might understanding this eternal and fiery origin of love change the way we see our own experiences of love and connection in the world? What does it mean to be a being capable of a love that even the angels, according to Hafez, don't fully comprehend in the same way? We've only just begun to explore the depths of wisdom in these verses, folks. Join us again on Wisdom Unveiled as we continue to delve into the timeless words of Hafez.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Until next time.